Your show now. Press
Let's
1.
go, baby.
For important instructions.
All right, here we
press
go. Here we
2.
go. Daily Go Getism show.
Since
You
it
think
appears
it
you're
ain't
calling
when
back
it
into a live
is.
show, we are reconnecting
You think
you
it
now.
won't when it is. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, you know how it's the daily, daily Go Getism show. You think it ain't when it is. You think it won't when it is. We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing. Take it off fast lane, no coasting. And everything is gonna be alright. You know how we do. You know we keep the game tight. Daily Go Getism show. Flashback Friday. Thank God it's Friday. And we talk about when you're just so happy to get something that you don't even be thinking about the negative effects of it, the pitfalls, the red flags, the downfalls, the problems, the upkeep, the money pit, the 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 time that you went out and bought that car. You know you shouldn't have did it. You couldn't afford it that far, but you went in the dealership and they worked the numbers and you rode out with that bitch and you went under. First payment you barely could make, but you did that shit. 3 months for God's sake. Next thing you know, you're hiding your car because you couldn't afford that shit from the beginning. But yo, Omar, sometimes you want that bad. You didn't want it for self. You wanted to make the haters mad. So you was whipping and looking kind of good. Could barely afford gas right now. So you stood on the what? No, in a house. You too proud to be on that damn bus stop, baby. We're going to talk about it tonight, but we're not just talking about a car. We're going to talk about your anxiety, the anxiety of your desire. We're going to talk about when you want something so bad that you throw all caution to the wind. And not necessarily throw all caution to the wind the whole ride. But it's like you wanted that thing up front. So you went and got that thing. Now, you know as well as I know, some people defend that position. I know people, you might be the people that say, well, at least I got what I want. At least I got what I wanted, baby. Y'all know how it go. A DG show, Friday night. Yo, it's time to get game tight, and I'm going to be a little bit hyped. Yeah, tonight. So let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. With this your daily, the daily Go Getism show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Getism show all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feel like real men and women should also. So let's get this thing popping tonight on this Flashback Friday, throwback. I'm sorry. Thank God it's Friday. First of all, for all my working people out there, I hope y'all made it through this week unscathed. I hope you didn't have no problems related to the gig. I hope nobody got it all up in your gig space. Yeah, your gig space. In other words, where you work. You know how sometimes your superiors, I don't really like that word, but let's say the people that are higher up on the food chain at work than you are. So it could be your supervisors, it could be your managers, it could be the owner of the building, or somebody in administration, it could be somebody on the board. Nonetheless, sometimes they take some time out to worry about what you're doing. You brother, you sister, and it can make your work week all long. So hopefully we got here today, and we can work it out amongst each other, and we can be all right. Forget that. It was 60 degrees out today, man. 60 degrees out today. I feel like I could turn the heat off for today, you know. Funny thing is, when I turn the heat off for a day, I'll be ready to call the power company like, listen, I ain't used none of that shit for the whole month. So my bill should be zero. I don't care if it's one day out of a 31 day month. I'm like, I ain't use it. Go back, 2 days. Listen, y'all might owe me money. Y'all might owe me money because I ain't used no electricity, gas, or nothing on the 11th and the week before. Go ahead and check the calendar. I could find it. It was warm outside. I ain't used nothing. So anyway, let's get into this thing. Just so happy to have it that you didn't even think of the cost. Sometimes you want something so bad, you want to buy something so bad, you don't even be thinking about how much it costs. All you know is that you got enough money for the down payment. You got enough money to put that thing on your credit. You ain't got enough money. Honestly, we really shouldn't buy anything that we wouldn't be able to pay off in a year. But that would mean none of us would ever get a house. Because with the housing market being the way that it is these days, the likelihood that you're going to be able to buy a house and make as much money in that year to be able to buy the house, even if it was just theoretically, because normally when they say you shouldn't buy anything that you wouldn't be, basically they're saying don't buy anything that your yearly salary wouldn't cover. So let's say if you buy something for $30,000, but you don't even make $30,000, they're saying that that's not a good investment. And that makes sense to me. However, it may not be all that realistic, especially when you think about the fact that most houses are 30-year mortgages. So taking that into consideration, it's a 30-year mortgage. Do you have enough money? Do you make enough money to even be able to make the monthly mortgage payment? And some people be wanting that crib so bad. Like, listen, man, this is like my dream house. And a lot of times, those dream houses, those dream cars, those dream people, they don't really have. The dream is more about how other people look at them, how other people see them, how people are going to receive them and revere them and admire them and envy them. It's not even about them a lot of times. Yeah, I want a Benz. But when you're to the point where you'll take any Benz, like you didn't have your eye, you had your name on, you had your eye on the label, the symbol, not necessarily the car. Like, I want a Benz. All right, here, take this C200. No, not CL and not CLK. Nope. C class. Regular Benz, regular engine. Would not have been a Benz back in the day. It is now. This is the Benz that is in the class with like Honda Accords, Toyota Camrys. There you go. You got a Benz. And look, I've known people who bought them joints. And they was like, yup, got me a Benz. See, when it's like that, when you'll take the lowest end model, in my eyes, it's not even about you. It's about everybody else. Everybody else sees that big Benz emblem in the front of your grill, and they like. So those who don't know, they looking at you like you some kind of big wheel. And you still might not be able to afford a payment. Like, yeah, it wasn't a real expensive Benz, but that shit still ran you $35,000. You make $25,000 a year. You might not be able to make that payment, but you was like, man, I want this thing. I wanted it so bad that I didn't care how much it cost. Yeah, I know it was going to be hard for me to make the payment. Yeah, I know I was going to have to not eat steak or lobster this month. Well, really for the next 6 months. Let's just say a year with an eligibility for the next year too. If I don't get this raise or if I don't work this overtime. And that's another thing. If you make a purchase, if you buy something and your whole reasoning behind the purchase is that, yeah, I can work some overtime. I can do this. You're in over your head. That's a car, that's a house, that's anything. If you got to work overtime in order to get it, you're not supposed to have it right now. And many of us don't even explore any other options. We just like, I'm getting that thing. Yes, I am. When y'all see me, the next time y'all see me, y'all gonna see me floating. Y'all gonna see me floating. Or that house. Couldn't make the mortgage payment for real, for real. And sometimes the cribs ain't even all of that, but they might be in a particular neighborhood. Like shit, I always wanted to live in Chestnut Hill. So now I live in Chestnut Hill. Can I afford to live in Chestnut Hill? No. Shoot, I'm sure there's some neighbors around here. They probably can't afford it either. Everybody ain't grow up here. They ain't all live here for no long ass time. Everybody struggle. But I'm gonna do some overtime this weekend. I'm gonna do some overtime every day. I get an hour here, hour there, blah, 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 blah. 25 hours of overtime every week. That's 25 hours overtime every week. That's 50 hours overtime on every check. That shit puts you in another tax bracket. You losing money. Anybody who knows about working overtime, you know the more overtime you work, the less you make. You hustling backwards like shit. It's basically like you working for the state. Matter of fact, holla if you hear me. A lot of times, if you work a lot of overtime, you barely making base rate. I don't know how, but yeah. But you might have wanted this thing so bad that you was factoring overtime into your job. And right around that time, when you factored overtime into your job, you know what happens at your job? No overtime. Oh no, well, no, now we have enough staff. So we don't really need no overtime. So they tell the supervisors and the managers, make sure that we don't get no overtime. No overtime. If anybody gets overtime, it has to be approved. If any unapproved overtime is accrued. Anybody work any overtime that I didn't approve, somebody getting written up. So you just got this house and they just cut off the overtime. How does it feel? I said, how does it feel to be on your own with an expensive home, eating the meat off the bone, like a rolling stone? Yeah, your shit is fucked up, nigga. But you wanted it so bad. You was like, I mean, I can do this. Shout out to people who lie or fabricate their financial earnings on their loan application so they can get that car or so they can get that house. Yo, you should not do that. Because you messing yourself up. That's not going to make your payment. Just because you make more money doesn't mean your payment is going to be lower. In fact, it could mean that your payment might be higher because they go off of your credit report. So you make $75,000 a year, but your credit is on some old 500 something, 600 something, 600 something. You got to break the 7, baby. That's how you get lower interest payments. But you don't care. You ain't give a shit. You was like, I'm gonna get this thing and watch. I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna be up on these niggas. They ain't ready for me. They ain't ready for me. I'm gonna be on fire with these niggas. Watch. When they see my shit, I'm gonna have this housewarming party for my new crib. You can barely afford a Family Dollar futon. You know that futon, that futon that they sell in all of the cheap furniture stores around the way. You know the one I'm talking about. Most of them come in black, some of them come in red. You know what I'm talking about. It's metal. You know what I'm talking about. The mattress on the thing, or should I say the cushions on the thing, is about this thick, and that thing hard as hell. Hard. Yeah, that's your you listen. If your futon ain't a premium futon, passed down from a young grandmother, like, yo, this is a good futon. This ain't, nah, I mean, this is a Siemens futon. Yeah, Siemens furniture is gone now, but I got it when it was open. Yeah, this that Ethan Allen futon. This the real shit. This is good shit. You see this oak. This ain't that Family Dollar. This ain't that Family Dollar or cheap furniture store around the way that you got to order futon. This ain't the kind of futon you put in the guest room. Anyway, yeah, that's the only kind of furniture that you can afford because you were in over your head. So you need this housewarming party. You need this housewarming party because you ain't got a warm house. You can barely afford to heat the house. House big. Salary small. House big. Salary small. House big. Salary small. A nigga black, but he's selling white. A nigga black, but he's selling white. A nigga black, but he's selling. I'm sorry, I've been listening to Rick Ross. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But what y'all know? What you know about lying on your loan application to get pre-approved by the realtor and getting this house out in the burbs or out in the suburban part of the city, and you can't afford this house? You can't. You know what I mean? You ain't never paid no mortgage. You ain't never paid no rent $1,200. Now you paying a mortgage 30 years, $1,200. You barely make that in a month. Just kidding it a bizuck. Well, all right, yeah, you definitely make $1,200 a month. But let's say you make $2,000 a month. And listen, I'm talking about take home. Because all that salary shit that they be talking about, this is how much you make. That shit don't mean that. All right. If I make that, then show me how I can take it all home. All that matters is what your take home is. So when I say how much you make a month, I'm talking about what you can spend, what you can withdraw, what you can write a check for, what a nigga can rob you for. So yeah, you made $50,000. You make $50,000 a year. That's about something like $22, $22, $23, somewhere between $20 and $25 a year. I mean, an hour. Not bad. It's pretty good. But you ain't taking home no $50,000 in salary. You taking home more like 38. Might be 35. You ain't got no, you know what I mean? You got deductions and you ain't got no, you know what I mean? You ain't got no dependents. Now, right about now, it's time for you to be a good dad so you can claim them kids of yours. Shit is rouse, huh? My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, sit back, relax, do your thing, Max and chill, and Carol Chamberlain. Me friend, yeah, me favorita, so good to see ya. My big sis, Robbie Robin Ming, here to do a thing. He's something like a queen for a king. Stacy White, yeah, that's right. Thanks for coming on through. Glad to see you tonight. And yeah, T Carey, right? Yeah, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going right in your sight. And Shirley Cheryl, I'll have you come through. I'll see you when you get here, boo. So when you was just so happy to get it, that you was like, yeah, you did everything to get it. It was like a game of cat and mouse. I'm going to get this thing. Yes, I am. I'm going to have mine, whether it was a house, whether it was a car. We ain't even getting to that person that you was just so happy to get that you ain't realize how toxic they were. Or no, you realized it. You see it. You saw it. You saw it. You saw it. You saw how toxic they were, how maintenance they were, how sneaky they were, conniving they were, grimy they were, petty they were. You saw all of that shit. You was like, fuck that. I want them. I want it right now. Well, you gotta. Arm candy like a motherfucker. Arm candy like a motherfucker. Not only that, see, it used to be arm candy back in the day. Now it's internet candy. Look, this is post candy. Look at my. She used to be my girl. Oh, she used to be my girl. A great personality. She was all that I need. She's my girl. If I had a chance, I'd take her back. No, the fuck I wouldn't. Wanted her so bad. I forgot how she be juicing niggas, milking niggas, taking all their money, pulling at their heartstrings. All of this. And I mean, she be getting niggas. She the type that'll get you before you get her. And after you get her, you're gonna get got. That's how she is. But you wasn't thinking about all that as long as you got her. You got her. And then she got you. And you know what? And the pussy wasn't even all that. It wasn't even all that. You ain't willing to admit that right now because you kind of want to get it back. Because other people seeing you with your girl is more important than what your girl meant to you inside your heart. But I'm not going to say that your heart wasn't in it with your girl. I ain't going to say that. How would I know? Only you know. You wanted her so bad, though. So bad. You got it, homie. Congratulations. Hope y'all happy. Yeah. All the haters. Nobody thought you could do it. Nobody thought you could do it. You knew you could do it, though. You pulled it off. But you was so overzealous in your pursuit that you just threw all logic of caution to the wind. Just give it to me. Just give it to me. Yeah. Whatever. You know what I mean? Just give me that. We've all done it with something. But most of us have learned our lesson from it. You know, you get hype about something that you want. You had your eye on something for the longest time. As you get older, you start evaluating things for what they really are instead of how they look. But some people get to that point earlier than others. Some people get there pretty late. Man, I know for a fact. I know. I see women on the internet every day get married, getting in relationships, sometimes even having kids. Also, they can post that shit on Instagram, on Facebook, so they can show, look, I did it. I did it. I got mine. Look at my boo. That's your boo. That's your boo. 6 months later, all them pictures coming down. You was just so happy. You was just so happy to finally get that look. You know what I mean? Like this Valentine's Day gonna be different. Comedians ain't gonna be talking about me this Valentine's Day. Nope. They ain't gonna be saying, oh yeah, this is your weekend, the weekend before Valentine's Day. Yeah, this your weekend. You the side joint. This your weekend. No, not this year. My weekend gonna be my weekend. You ain't make it a year though, shorty. And if you did make it a year, it was probably a year of turmoil. But you probably stuck in there, hung in there, just so people would see, like, oh, well, yeah. Now she can talk shit. She got a man. Not that it's right, but that's not a man thing right there. Not the internet. The internet, more men are more like, nah, I ain't trying to have a joint so I could post. I'm trying to make sure I don't post so I can have another joint. The inbox is my friend, not the post. Fuck that post shit. The inbox. So I only got social media for the inbox. You know how like Trey Songz said the neighbors know my name. No, the inbox know my name. Listen, shorty, if I ain't been in your inbox, then you know, if I ain't been in your inbox, you ain't all that. Like that's your little claim to fame. That's your thing. Like, yeah, I ain't never been in your inbox. You know, you ain't all that to me. Show me where I've tried to get with you. Just so happy to get it or have it that you didn't think about how much it was going to cost you financially, emotionally, sometimes physically. A lot of things. Sell your soul. I want this Benz, I'm getting this Benz. I want this BMW, I'm getting this BMW. I want this Lex, I'm getting this Lex. Getting it. SC400, 2024. Yeah, I got the 2024. They got to come get mine before they can make another one. But I won't be finished paying for it till 2036. Yeah. I mean, you can get hype over wanting something. You really can. It's not that hard to do. It's not that hard to, you listen, you know what I mean? People grew up not really having nothing. And that's when it gets hard, when you grow up and you never really had nothing. You had to, okay, it could be material things to whereas when I was little, all the kids had Pro Kids. I had to wear them Woolworth sneakers with the W on the back of them because I couldn't get no Pro Kids. All the kids had on Converse. They had on Chucks. I couldn't afford no Chucks. So I had to get the sneakers that looked like Chucks, but they wasn't really Chucks. They ain't had no star and Converse on the side of them. They had like a red, white, and blue stripe on the white part, but they wasn't Chucks. And they didn't have no high tops. Shell tops came out. I couldn't get no shell tops. So I had to get the other kind of Adidas. What other kind of Adidas? I had to get the Adidas that had more than 3 stripes. Oh, you had to get K-Swiss? Not exactly. So that can be a little tough. You know what I mean? Growing up as a teenager in the 80s, all the fly gear. I know personally, I was bending over backwards, making sure I was going to get all that shit. And I did because I worked. I took my ass to work. I understood the assignment. I want to get fly. I got to work. Did it. No complaints. I was proud to have a job. 14, 15, no, not 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's when a young man was the man when he had a job as a teenager. Yeah, when I get off work, y'all gonna go play ball or run track and all that. I'm going to work, get this money, come back with the dummy knot. Oh, hold up. I ain't got one right now, but get the dummy knot. The dummy knot had like a 20, maybe 220, and have like 4 or 5 10s, and maybe like 4 or 5 5s, and then like 10 ones. It all equal up to about $90. That was your fast food salary. But shit, I bet you had those new felines on your feet. Mm-hmm. So when I think about this, just so happy to have it. You ain't think about the cost. You didn't think about the cost greater than the money, but the cost of the whole operation. What it was going to mean to you or cost you in the long run and overall. I'm trying to think. Have I ever done it? Have I ever made a purchase that took all my money? And the answer is no. Fuck no. I believe in having some money left over, but I had plenty of friends who would do it. Like, listen, it cost me the whole thing. I'm like, what you mean the whole thing? Like the whole thing? Oh, I'm like, oh. Well, when your next check? Well, it don't really matter because it cost me my next check too. So I got, but fuck it. I got it though. I got what I wanted. People used to do it with jewelry. I wanted a dookie rope back in the day. I did. I thought that to this day, I think a dookie rope is the dopest chain ever invented. I was like, damn, this shit is hot. Big fat ass gold chain. I remember I was at the After Midnight. Picture it. 1986. Here I am, 16 years old with my brother, 17, about to turn 18 years old. At the After Midnight. I'm in there at 16. I must have looked like I was about 13, 14. They got me in the After Midnight. I'm checking this shit out like, damn, this shit dope. Music pumping and shit. I think Schoolie D was performing that night and MC Breeze. Discombobulator, booba later. Discombobulator, booba later. Yeah. And the bull, I guess these drug bulls, they had the cables. They had the dookie ropes. I was like, damn, this shit is dope. Shit. They had the thick ones too. I was like, damn. The whole time I was working at City Blue, I could have saved up to buy a dookie rope easily. It would have only took me about. In 1987, I was making $200, over $200 a week. You know how much money that was for a 17-year-old in 1987? What? All I had to do was take 10 weeks and save 100. I ain't had no bills, and I mean none. All that money was mine. I'm like, I ain't saving up to get no dookie rope. Dookie rope would have got me killed anyway, and I knew that. It was the 80s. That shit was wild. But what if I was different? What if I was that type that was like, I ain't worried about these niggas with their guns and they knives, because in the 80s we carried brass knuckles and collapsible nightsticks and all kinds of shit to fuck you up. And you was getting rolled on that subway. Yeah, the subway. I don't know how. I always felt safer on the L than on the subway. On the subway, it went down. So I was a little too light to be running around here with a dookie rope that damn near weighed as much as I did, even though they was mostly hollow. Anyway, yeah. Just so happy to get it, you ain't even think about it. I got it, y'all. I got it. You know what I mean? You got it. The girls back in the day, you wanted to smash that chick so bad. You smashed it. I mean, back in the day when you smashed a chick that you really wanted to smash, you literally would come from her house, run around the way, be like, yo, how you gonna believe this shit? Oh my God. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, Tanya. Yo, man, I just came from Tanya crib. Yo, seriously, I just came from Tanya crib. Yo. Yeah, I just came from Tanya crib. And this time, I really was at Tanya crib. I ain't lying. You don't believe me? Smell my hand. You smell that shit? Yeah, you smell that shit, nigga. Ah! Yeah. Fuck you talking about? You can only get that smell one place. No, I ain't talking about your mom's house this time. I'm talking about Tanya house. Tanya, mine. My Tanya. Yeah, big butt Tanya. Tanya with the big butt. Tanya wanted motherfucking Gucci. She wanted Fendi. She wanted Louis Vuitton. She wanted Gucci sneaks. She wanted Christian Dior. She wanted Liz Claiborne. She wanted some Anye glasses. She wanted like, fuck it. Smell them. You smell that shit? Yeah. Speaking of so happy to get it, you ain't even think about it. You ran up in that shit raw. Pow, 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 pow. Tanya miss a period 2 months later. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. 2 months later, Tanya miss a period. So now this happens with women too. There have been plenty of chicks that was in love or thought they was in love, or they were so enamored and so what I want to say, so infatuated with the dude from around the way. You know that dude that was from around the way. I don't know what he was doing with his life, but he was from around the way, and all the girls liked him. He graduated high school, but he wasn't really doing nothing with his life. But all the girls liked him, especially the young girls. They loved him, and he was smashing all them young girls. Smashing. Yeah. So yeah. Why you so happy that you got the king around the way king? He done knocked your little 14, 15-year ass up. Yeah, you was just so happy to get him. You ain't thinking about that.
60.
It's all good though. Sure, you could have went to Planned Parenthood and handled your business. But then your girlfriend would have fucked your boy. She couldn't have that. Sorry, I ain't reading none of your comments. Let me do that. Then we're gonna do these birthday shout outs and get on up out of here. Nice. Okay, wait a minute. No, I said a year. I want to pay off in 6 months or less. Damn, a credit score. Damn, a credit score. Carol said, work yourself to death and pay more taxes. I know, man. That overtime is
10 seconds.
Living on overtime, then reality hits and you broke it. Broke your shit. Word. Oh my God. How about futon from waterbeds and stuff? Waterbeds with it. What hell? Shout out to the hole in the waterbed. Contrary, like if you never been around a waterbed, if you can put a hole in the waterbed and it won't spill over because it's contained, but you'll have to stay from that side of the bed. All your feet get wet and all that kind of shit. Yeah. I know that because I had a waterbed for years. Yeah. I liked it though. Had the waveless joint. Anyway, Carol said, be careful what you wish for. Without a doubt. No, it says, I thought about Big Boy's character in Idlewild, when the family grew to 5 with 3 kids and he wasn't smiling in the family portrait. Word. Yo, Robbie Ming, I hope everything is all right with your situation. Blessings to you. Let me see what else y'all got. Stacey White says, I've never been materialistic. That's cool. Oh, Nora says, you got me thinking about Gold by GMF and the Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. Wait a minute. He said something in that song. He said, I do something like a gypsy Rita Tarot. He made carrot rhyme with tarot, but he didn't say tarot. He said tarot. Something killed over gold. What I'm bugged out about is that I knew what GMF and the FF. I'm not supposed to recognize that. You know what? I'm not. That's why you my brother. I can't. Carol Chamberlain says you ain't even wash your hands. No. You know how many niggas' hands, his fingers out and smelled on some old like, yo, come on, man. It was a thing. But Carol, check this out. If he didn't wash his hands, you know he didn't wash his dick. That part. Like, no, I'm not washing that shit. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Before he lets you smell his fingers, he... See? Tanya. No, it's also 3 days later. Go see the doctor. That's the reason I didn't like Kumo D as a soloist. I'm like, man, you can make better records than that. Come on, man. You can do better than that. Okay, y'all, let's do these birthday shout-outs. We have some birthday shout-outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious March 11th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Eric Croxton, happy birthday to you. And also Sharice McIntyre, no relation. But what up, cuz? Happy birthday to you. And Antonio Starks. Now, see, we had, all right, and Tony Starnes, but then we had Antonio. Yo, turning 50 years old today. Peace to you, my brother. And Butter Rock, turning 33 years old today. And Miranda Jean-Francois, turning 34 years old today. And Tamia Nickerson, turning 47 years old today. Tamia Nickerson, wait, ho. I think that's my go-getter. It is. Make sure she get a shout out. And Michael Cummings, turning 56 years old today. Excuse me. And Nichelle Shanae, turning 42 years old today. And Sharon Goldilocks Crawford, turning 46 years old today. And my cousin Kenneth Neal, known to us as Ken, affectionately known to the family as Ken. And last but not least, my girl, Yolanda Coates. Happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of you. All y'all. And anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious March 11th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen, check it out. Sometimes you be so hyped, so eager, so anticipatory to get something that you don't even think about what it's going to cost you, how it's going to make you feel, what the consequences are, what's going to happen later, what the future holds, how it's going to affect you and others right now, but you got what you wanted. And I guess at some point in your life, sometimes in your life, that's just going to have to suffice. That's going to have to do. I ain't mad at you, but as we go older and stronger, we are supposed to start throwing those types of behaviors to the wind. But do we though? By the way, none of these stories apply to me unless I said me. Like when I say I went to the after midnight, I'm talking about me. When I say that I, you let you smell my, no, we not doing all that. I ain't have to do that because after I smashed, they was loving on me so much, I ain't have to say nothing. They was sweating me, man. I mean, they used to be sweating me so hard, I used to have to need a towel. I used to be like, come on, man. You know what I mean? I know I got you all uptight, you all on the hip and everything. Get on my hip. You a beeper. You a beeper. Go ahead. You a beeper. 911. I know you back. Nah, just peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. Shout out to Health and Beauty Tony and also Queen Monica Davis. Thanks for coming through on the Instagram side. So let me get my blog talkers on up out of here. We will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, remember, 1 o'clock tomorrow, y'all. Ain't none of that 11 o'clock jumping off no more. No more. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I see y'all here. So we gonna do it like that. We get it down like that. And that would be for the Urban Therapy with Sun show. All right. So I want y'all to have a good night. Real good, you know what I'm saying? And for my Instagrammers, Yo Fi Slammer Jammer, thanks for coming on through.
Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
And let me exercise my grammar. Peace to y'all. All right. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. I see you on the other side, my boobers.